Prepare to witness the power of this fully operational podcast.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Hey kids, don't get cocky!
I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Let my armies be the rocks and the trees, the birds in the sky.
Hey, human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Come on, let's get nuts.
Hello and welcome to another star-studded episode of Friggin Nerds Podcast. As always, I'm your good pal Mario Lima, and across from me is
James Finch.
It's been a long time coming, as
Yes.
always.
Yes, it has.
Holidays, man. Holidays are tough.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. You're
it's been-
broke.
I'm broke
You have
as
no
hell.
money. Like,
I spent so much.
exhausted.
I did all my shopping online. I finished last night.
So easy.
So it's simple, but it's a pain because you never know when anything's going to show up.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I got some stuff I gotta call UPS. Like, we stopped by, you dropped me off at UPS today.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta call them and get things straightened out because there's like 2 things in the mail.
Ugh, I hate it. But anyways, we're not here to talk about our crappy Christmas list here. It's been a while, man. We've been missing a lot of news. Unfortunately, this is not going to be our Last Jedi review. Not yet. It's coming soon.
Nope. Next one.
We're still trying to rally the
Hopefully.
troops on that. We're getting Crystal and Matt in there, and then a couple other people on there. And your pal wanted to come on too, right?
Kyle, yes, my good friend Kyle Wright, who I've known since I was maybe at least 5 years old. Like, we grew up in the same neighborhood. He's the one, his family, him and his older brother, like, introduced me. They showed me the ways of the Force. They introduced me to Star Wars. So Kyle plays a huge role in my Star Wars history.
Also, we need him on the show.
From
then.
staying up all night playing Shadows of the Empire and drinking milkshakes and yeah, Kyle's a man. He definitely plays a huge role in my heart when it
So we
comes
gotta
to
get
Star
him in.
Wars.
So he's from Florida, yeah. So we got to figure
Yeah.
that out too. The whole.
He just moved back to Florida. He lived in Louisville for a while.
Oh, geez, really? Oh, so
Yeah.
he was right. Yeah.
He met his wife there, and they moved back to Florida. I believe I gotta ask him exactly where, but I live around the Disney area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, super
and
cool,
like
man.
he's a big Disney guy, so
We finally figured out how to make calls on this fucking thing, so we'll
Yeah.
definitely make that happen. Or
gotta
Skype
get him
him.
on there.
We'll Skype him or something, because we know phone calls can be expensive nowadays. But anyways, we're gonna steer away from Star Wars for today. We're gonna try to as hard as can, and we're gonna talk about some other cool news happening. One really big part of news that we've been kind of hoping for: Fox is finally
Yes.
giving up their shit
Oh, thank God.
to Disney. Now,
Thank God.
I was thinking about this on the ride up. That means that they own The Simpsons now,
They own The
too.
Simpsons now.
And, like, all these other things, like, that are, like, what do you call it? No, it's not Fox, it's ABC. But, like, tons of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, including Fantastic Four. That's the only thing I took from it, is that maybe
Mine was the X-Men.
the X-Men, too.
Mine was the X-Men.
The question is, I want them to put the Fantastic Four in there somehow, because we've been
Oh, they
fucking-
they will.
I don't know how they would. I had a couple of ideas how to introduce them. Like maybe they existed all the time, they were from a different dimension or something like that. 'Cause it's kind of hard. It's hard to have the Fantastic Four.
It's a little late to do like a whole new origin story for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that and it's like
And like I think everyone, especially comic book fans, like we're sick of seeing movies with where it's like, how many times? Just like SpiderMan, how many times are we gonna see Uncle Ben die?
yeah, seriously.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, they failed too many times. I mean, to me, I'm one of those guys that I'm not that offended by the first 2 movies. They're what they are, and I enjoyed them for what they are. It's that third one that really like depressed me. I talk about that all the time with friends, and like
So
it's
horrible.
But like it would be interesting to see them.
Topher Grace.
Was Topher Grace? No, Topher Grace was.
He played Venom.
I'm talking about Fantastic Four.
Oh God! Every Fantastic Four movie was terrible.
No, Bob said I enjoyed the first 2. Like
I didn't.
opposed to the third one. That was complete dog shit.
Captain America was Human Torch.
Yeah, that's right. That always happens. The actor, whoever, like, because the same thing happened with Ryan Reynolds.
Green Lantern.
He started Green Lantern. Now he's fucking Deadpool.
He's an amazing Deadpool. You can't imagine any other actor playing
And then you have
Deadpool.
who's it? Chris Evans. That's his name, right? Who plays Captain America, right? Chris Evans.
Yeah.
He went from going to. I mean, he was an okay Human Torch. He
Yeah,
wasn't
absolutely,
terrible.
yeah.
They definitely made that character like pretty close to the books. Kind of a hotshot douchebag. I enjoyed that aspect of it, and I mean the whole cast wasn't terrible.
I guess it wasn't terrible.
Just, I mean, some of the
Doctor
writers-
Doom was kind of weird actor.
We kind of got a weird Silver Surfer too. 'Cause I love the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
And we kind of got a weird one.
I think that's like Stan Lee said that's like his favorite superhero.
Yeah, he's
character,
actually
Silver Surfer.
kind of jumping forward a little bit. But one of the books I'm reading lately is Infinity,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he shows up a lot too. Silver Surfer, Infinity.
Well, now that's interesting because he plays a big part in that even before Marvel bought Fox. He plays a big part in that. And so now I guess the director's like, well, what the fuck am I going to do now? Like, gotta have Silver Surfer in there. Like, what am I going to do?
I mean, I'm not sure how far. I mean, obviously we still have a trailer for Infinity Wars. I don't know how far they are into the movie. And what tricks they have up their sleeve. Maybe they did plan this whole Fox thing all along. And maybe we do have Silver Surfer in there already.
That
Who
would be
knows?
amazing.
I mean, that would definitely boost. I mean, the movie is already star-studded as it is. I mean, I think it's
The
gonna be huge.
trailer.
Yeah, let's talk about the trailer for a second, man. We haven't talked about any of these things, man. We've been apart.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah, we have just been.
I have a
crazy.
baby, so.
You have a baby, and I have a fur baby at home, and it's like just work and holidays. But yeah, Infinity Wars, man. Some of the stuff I took away from the trailer, a lot of ass kicking.
What I got from the trailer was just pure, like, overload. Like, it was just every fucking Marvel character.
And this is going to be 2 movies.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
So they already announced it's going to be part 1, part 2. So I'm
It has
curious
to
about what they're going to do.
Maybe Silver Surfer will come in part 2.
They have time, you
Yeah,
know.
especially
That's probably I didn't think of that. That's probably the whole plan.
because you got Galactica. Galactica's got to show up some point.
I don't know if they'll focus on Galactica at all because you have Thanos as it is.
Yeah.
Thanos. So I don't know
He's
if
like
they
the
would.
main Fantastic Four villain.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if they would.
Besides Doctor Doom.
Yeah, so I don't know if they would actually put him in somehow. It'd be interesting, to say the least, you know, because in other Marvel news, they started shooting the Venom movie.
Yeah,
With,
I'm really, really curious to see how that's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to see a trailer.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while for the
Oh, yeah.
trailer, but I mean, I wonder if they're gonna mix him up somehow, Venom, because what's his name is playing him?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, you know, Mr. Bane, you know. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it is gonna be. It's mixed in with Marvel Cinematic Universe, I believe.
Really? I thought
So
it'd be
I'm
like
not
something
sure.
like Venomverse.
I'm not sure if it's like connect. I heard some reports that it was connected somehow.
That's a series that Josh Santos is reading. Venomverse.
Venomverse.
Yeah,
That's kind of like
he likes it.
What's that?
Just
place?
like everyone is Venom.
Well, I remember there was
Wolverine is Venom, and just everyone's Venom. It's crazy.
I remember Wolverine was Venom in a game, Web of Shadows. I think. It
Oh, was he?
He became like it was like a weird.
I
Like,
gotta ask Santos more about it, but I know
yeah, I mean, I'd be interested.
Josh
in
is reading it.
Yeah, because Venom's
Fire-
definitely one of my favorite villains, man. For Spider-Man.
He's cool, man.
Yeah, so I'm glad he's gonna get the justice because we, you know, like you said before,
Topher Grace.
Topher was terrible.
Eek.
That's really poor casting because again, you know, you always see
I don't know
him.
what they were thinking.
You always see him as kind of like a tough guy, and him getting the scrawniest kid you could possibly get.
Isn't it Brock in the comics? Doesn't Brock become Venom?
Yeah, Brock something, right? Yeah. You know, I forgot who was his character's name in Spider-Man?
Pretty sure it was Brock.
Eddie Brock. Yeah, Eddie Brock.
Brock.
Yeah, so they got that part right. Because some movies do tend to like
Yeah, they
switch
go off.
who actually is the villain, you know. But for the most part, to keep it up. But anyways, back to Infinity Wars, man. I think it's gonna be huge. It's gonna beat the shit out of DC even more because I felt so bad, man.
DC's just you can't at this point. At this point, DC, I'm sorry, but you can't catch up. You need to make one movie right now that is absolutely amazing to even think about scratching the surface of catching up, because Marvel is just destroying you. You need to do something.
I went to go see Justice League, unfortunately. And I mean, I thought it was an okay movie. For those of you listening, we do have my full review on YouTube, on our Friggin Nerds Media YouTube, of me talking shit about it. Not really talking shit about it, but I don't talk too positively about it. I mean, it was 2 hours of like
your life that you'll never get back.
Like they actually did release a list, and I'll try to find it while we're talking here, of deleted scenes that I hope are going to be released on like some DVD box set or something. Excuse me.
It's gotta be.
But they had so much cut out from that movie that, you know, obviously you can't make a fucking 4-hour movie. It's not Lord of the Rings, you know? So they had all these different things. Like, not spoiling it too much. People know the main villain was Steppenwolf. Now, people who don't know who Steppenwolf is, he's the uncle of the big baddie in the Justice League world, Darkseid. Darkseid's basically the Thanos of the DC universe, in a way. Okay. Part of the old, the New Gods comic books. If you ever get you, I know you're talking about DC books. Read some New Gods stuff.
Yeah, I was saying I want to do
New God stuff. You'll like.
I was saying I want to do. I don't read a lot of DC. I'm a Marvel reader. I've always loved Marvel. And I was telling Mario today that I would like to get into something DC. I would like to look around. I think next time I go to pick up my monthlies, I think I will take a look around the wall at Time Capsule.
I suggest New God stuff, and for anybody listening, either that or I've been reading it's the Justice League book. It's called Metal. I think I was telling you about that.
Yeah.
Now I was turned on by I went to a shop in Cranston called the Comic Doctor, who are my buddy Alex knows the owner, and we actually ran through him at Comic-Con. He had his own panel thing, his own shop set up there, and we like bought books, and like he kept telling me, it's like, "Ooh, we have to check the shop out. It's really cool. It's a little tiny shop, you know. It's very small, very like, you know, family oriented, I guess you could say." And
mom and pop comic shop.
Yeah. And so
cool.
This book caught my eye. It was called the Bat Who Laughs. And some people who know DC books, there's books out there called the Joker Who Laughs, the Man Who Laughs, you know, the Girl Who Laughs, like the Harley Quinn book too. But this one's kind of like a Joker Batman character. That's really twisted, man. It's a interesting book, interesting read. So I was really into that book, and I kind of took a peek at it. And the owner knows I was looking at that. He's like, "You want to read that?" Like, you know, he's explaining to me all the story arcs, like this thing called Metal you should read up. And I was like, I'll look it up when I get home. And sure enough, you know, the minute I Googled it, people were going mad about it, saying like, "Oh my God, it's like some of the best reading I've done." Blah blah blah. It came out recently. I think it's running up until February.
What issue is on? Do you know?
I don't know exactly.
Because I would go I would pick up a few back issues, but if it's like on an issue like
because the thing is with
10, like I'm not going to start.
With Metal, it's a lot of it is like that Joker book. Those are all kind of like side stories. Like it's kind of like the Secret Wars or like whatever. Secret Empire.
I started rereading that I started rereading Secret Wars.
So you can.
Such a good series.
Let's see. I just had it here on. I'm gonna look up the order because it came out. I want to say it came out in the middle of the summer. I had no idea about it. So I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, it is Please hold, audience. Yeah, it's at least on 6 or 7, I think. Because if you want, you can flip through that article while I'm talking. But yeah, it's basically it's a bit of a Batman story, but the Justice League is involved in a big way, and it's I just started reading the first issue. And
okay. So like you said, it's kind of like Secret Empire, and it does because
yes, you have all those.
Nightwing ties into one of the the Nightwing is an ongoing series for DC, and he ties in with it. And Batman,
I think it's in the
Red
Rebirth
Death,
realm. 'Cause I know a lot of Rebirth books
Suicide
happen.
Squad, even that Batman the Dawn, Green Arrow ties into it. The
Yeah,
Flash.
So it's definitely a good amount to read, but like if you read the main metal books, they say you'll be fine. So it's kind of
It's like Secret Empire.
yeah. So it's a lot.
Yeah, it's DC's version of Secret, like you said.
Yeah,
This is exactly what you just said.
like a Secret Empire. It's difficult.
Secret Empire it ties in with XMen Gold. It ties in with just so many different series.
Yeah,
I have the first issue, and like I read it. You get the first issue too. I remember issue 0. It
I got
starts out at
0 and 1. Yeah.
I read the first issue and I was like, "There's just so much going on in this book. Like it's too much."
Yeah, and it's like
I'm not gonna remember all this fucking continuity. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, all the side, but like I know you mentioned a bunch of episodes ago. Your buddy from Time Capsule, he's like collecting them all.
Yeah.
Why
No,
not?
he's the guy that works there, Rob.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about doing something like that, but it's like, man, once I get all the books, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta read all these. It's like
That's what I'm doing. See, that's what I'm doing with XMen Gold, because XMen Gold, usually comic books come monthly.
yeah,
Every Wednesday of every month, a new comic book issue comes out of whatever series. But X-Men Gold is bi-weekly because it's selling really well. Like it's really well written. I love it over Blue any day. There's X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue. X-Men Blue is basically Uncanny X-Men all over again. The story is pretty close.
you're not that crazy about it.
No. It's pretty original. I like Astonishing X-Men. I like Cable and the new X-Men. And I like X-Men Gold.
A lot of guys I talk to besides you about X-Men say Gold is definitely the gold standard to read for X-Men.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I never been a big X-Men reader. I should. I love the Old Man Logan stuff. That's the other one we haven't really talked about on the show. We started a book together.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it, didn't we? Did talk about it on the video version.
Yeah.
As you notice, we're not doing a video today. We will eventually. Rough day.
Weren't you Old Man Logan?
Yeah, the Deadpool.
I originally bought Old Man Logan. Oh.
I'm talking about the Deadpool
Okay,
one
yeah.
we started.
Yeah.
That one's fine. I read the first two.
Hilarious.
I assume the third one's already out.
It's gotta be out.
The
by
fourth
now.
one's probably out at this point. I don't even know.
No. I think the third one came out this month.
Yeah, so we're still on. That was an interesting book. What were your thoughts on that so far?
It's good. It's funny.
It's interesting. So who is that girl? If you want to, without spoiling it. I mean, who cares? We spoil it.
No.
If you guys are interested, read it. It's like, I thought it was X-23, but it's not.
Yeah, that's who I thought it was at first.
But she's like, I don't even know what her powers are.
I think she's telekinesis.
I think she's running away from that military group or whatever that's chasing after them, and Deadpool's protecting her or whatever. We have no idea who she is. Well, no, Wolverine was looking for her.
We'll know more about her in the third issue.
So I'm interested to see where that goes. It's definitely I think
it's only going to be a 5-issue miniseries. That's
Yeah.
what Jeff was saying.
Yeah, I mean if they extend it a little bit maybe, but I mean yeah, I think it's going to be enough. It's definitely interesting. It's not really tying into anything else that I know of.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, it's
funny.
a fun book.
It's got a lot. It's got action in it. It's a great book. Good read.
Yeah, so if you guys are looking for something to read, Deadpool vs. Logan's fun. Check out some Justice. I don't think it's called Justice League Metal. Let me get the exact name of it, because then you guys are gonna be like Googling. I can't fucking find it. It's Dark Knights Metal.
Okay.
Knights as in nighttime, not knights as in shining armor. So yeah, those are cool series to read. I'm still going pretty hard with the Spectacular Peter Parker Spider-Man books.
Is it Amazing Spider-Man or that?
It's Spectacular. I always forget. It's so much. It's a big. It's Spectacular Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man, something like that. Peter Parker or whatever. So that's on its. I want to say it's coming up on its 6th issue. It's starting to. It's that one's hilarious.
You were reading that when we went to the time capsule in Cranston, or is it Warwick?
Cranston. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we went to Olive Garden, or Chili's after.
Yeah, that was summertime.
You were reading that. You were reading it then.
Yeah, so definitely it's got to be on 6 or 7. I think it's 6th issue. If you look at my comic book box, there's a lot of Spider-Man. Like I was trying to dig through the air and I look for a book. I'm like Spider-Man.
Mine's all pretty much
all X-Men.
All X-Men.
But yeah, so those right there. Some
And Punisher.
suggestions. And
I like
Punisher.
the Punisher too.
Have you been watching the show? I haven't had a chance to watch the show.
I
Man.
watched the first 2 episodes.
Everyone I talk to
I'm
about the
busy.
show, everyone I talk to about the show is like if you're gonna don't binge watch it unless you want to get really fucking depressed. They say it's a really rough show to watch. Not really any fun moments in it. I mean, it's Punisher. You can't really have fun with the Punisher.
No, not at all.
But yeah,
Also-
I'm trying to get into that.
Also, with speaking of comic books, there's a lot of cancellations.
Oh yeah, give us some news, some cancellation news.
2018, early 2018. There's going to be a cancellation of Generation X, which, I mean, I read like the first issue and
And that is what Generation X.
it's okay. It's X-Men and Jubilee is the teacher, like the main teacher, and it's Jubilee. I mean, I've never met anyone that's like, oh man, Jubilee's fucking awesome, you know? Like she shoots fucking sparklers out of her hands. Never have. I've read like I said, I read the first issue. There's gonna be a cancellation of Hawkeye, which I haven't read any of. Didn't you say that Alex gave you a bunch of Hawkeye books?
Yeah, but I don't think those are connected.
Okay.
Those are like they're not that old. I'm not sure what year they came out to look up, but those aren't connected. I don't think, because I know which ones you're talking about.
And there's going to be Iceman. And
Iceman, yeah, which
I've never gone to Capsule and someone just plopped a fucking Iceman book on the counter and be like, yeah, I'll take one of these. Like, never have.
Not an Iceman person.
Never have. Never seen that. There's going to be a cancellation of Jean Grey. The unbelievable Gwenpool. I haven't read Jean Grey or Gwenpool. I guess she's like the female version of...
Is that a Spider-Gwen Deadpool thing?
I don't know.
Because that's the only Gwen I know
That's
of.
true. Yeah, there is a Spider-Gwen.
So maybe
She
it's-
shoots webs out of her fingers.
Oh yeah. And then
Luke Cage.
These next two, I'm kind of bummed out about because I was reading these books.
Luke Cage is getting canceled.
After like 10.
The 10 issue will be the last issue.
Yeah, that's.
But the author also says it'll be the last and the best.
Well, that's good. So at least we'll go out in a bang. Wondering if they're gonna show off the show or something. Maybe they're gonna quit the book and like bring the show back because they noticed that the show was doing better than the books.
Well, it's funny because I forgot his name. He went on Twitter and he announced it on Twitter. David F. Walker, that's his name. Sad but true, Luke Cage, the comic book, not the TV series, has been canceled. Issue 10 is the last and best of the series. Oh well, on to other adventures. Thanks to everyone who supported the series. So, I mean, you know, when I would go to Time Capsule, there'd be like, you know, a few issues left of whatever, you know, issue that was of Luke Cage on the shelf. So I thought it was doing good. But I guess
thought too, man. I was starting to read it, and then, I mean, I'll be honest, I did kind of back away from it a bit. But speaking of Luke Cage, another cancellation is another book that we're
Defenders.
reading, Defenders, man.
I've only read the first issue. I liked it.
I mean, I had a feeling that was going to tank.
Yeah.
Because just when I started, I think I got into like the fourth or fifth, and I was kind of like, I was kind of getting sick of it. because I had just seen the show, and that's the reason I kind of started reading that. We both started reading that at the same time, I think.
Yeah. We both picked up the first issue the same day.
Yeah, we were getting kind of hyped about the show coming out, and that was kind of a tank.
Yeah, the show tanked.
It didn't tank that bad, but I mean, in my eyes, it was
Iron Fist did better than it.
Yeah, that was the only real definitive quality of that. Yeah, I'm hoping to see if they bring back Luke Cage and and just keep going there, and then eventually, I'm sure somebody will pick up Luke Cage. Luke Cage is, I guess, kind of hard to write for. If he's not in a group, with Defenders and stuff like that. It's like
Power Man.
yeah, it's like I mean, the classic duo is him and Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, yeah.
So I'm hoping to see stuff like that. I have a book somewhere.
I fucking love Iron Fist. It's like one of my favorite books I'm reading.
And that's still going strong too.
Still going strong.
What
now
issue is that
it's on Iron Fist Sabretooth issue. Iron Fist Sabretooth round 3 or something like that. Issue 3, like a round 2.
Oh, so it's a different
issue 3. Yeah, I had to get the variant because it was so fucking awesome. It's him doing the Phoenix Fist. It's so cool.
Really?
But the same guy that's writing Old Man Logan is writing Iron Fist. So if you like Old Man Logan, there's definitely some tie-ins. Not the characters obviously, but you can definitely tell some of the writing,
the art styles, and all
the
that.
art styles. Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, then that's something to consider. I started reading it. I think I read a couple of the first issues. I think I read the first 3 I borrowed off you, and then there's so much to read. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
I've been reading some random books, man. I got Comixology Unlimited.
Yeah.
So now it's like I read everything, because with Unlimited you pay $7 a month, I think, and certain books are marked unlimited, so you could borrow any book you want, start reading it. I'm reading Back to the Future books. They have a really cool Doc Brown. It's kind of like the prequel to the first movie. It's before it's
there's a Doc Brown book.
Yeah, it's like a whole Back to the Future story. It's like stories from Emmett Brown. So it's like it's like him telling his son, stories about before we invented time travel, blah 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 blah. Marty was a little douchebag, Marty.
With his vest.
Got a fucking vest. It's fucking 80 degrees out.
Everyone thought he was a sailor.
He's a nice guy, Christopher Lloyd. I met him at Comic-Con. That was nerve-wracking as shit. Because I felt bad. Because you could tell he's been there all day. He doesn't feel like talking to anybody, and he just wants to go home. And I had these 3 guys in front of me, and they were shoving hoverboards and Back to the Future props in his face, and can you write Great Scott on it and all that shit, blah blah. And he's kind of I think I got it right. Is that the right quote? Was it 12 gigawatts? I don't remember. I went up to him. I just want to take a selfie with you, man, and I just want to let you know that Taxi was my shit, and I used to watch it with my mom all the time. And I told a joke. I was like, living in Rhode Island, I still don't know what a yellow light means. Which, if you know the DMV scene, he's his character is trying to take the test for his license, and he's yelling to his friends across the room while he's taking the test, what does a yellow light mean? And the guy's slow down. He's okay, what does? It's a fucking hilarious scene. You have to play. I'll show it to you. But anyways, other than that, bullshit. And you had some other news, didn't you, about comics? And you had the cancellations, and then there was.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because other than that, the only thing I had to mention was I forgot what else I had to mention.
We talked about Fox.
I'm talking about Fox. We can't talk about Star Wars. That's what we can't talk about.
Yeah, it's killing me. It is.
I mean, all I'll say is this. Oh my God, I've been bombarded on social media for the last week with because it all started when I put a post up saying after I saw the movie, I went the night before opening, on that Thursday night, and so I just put a status on Facebook. I'm Last Jedi, awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. Then of course everyone's no, it's not. It fucking sucks. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, go see the movie. It didn't come out technically for you guys. And it's like no, you know. And then people actually went to go see it. Then it was like worse. And like,
I don't get it.
we're gonna let loose on this podcast, man. We got like because Matt's not too crazy about it. Crystal, from what I heard, isn't that crazy about it. You liked it.
I enjoyed it.
I loved it. I cried like a bitch 3 times.
My fiance loved it. Jill loved it.
Jill loved it. My girlfriend went. She loved it. The whole crowd, like the crowd was rowdy as fuck. I felt like I was like at like a fucking like a baseball game. Like people was going crazy. Every scene, you know, where you saw a cameo or something or other, you know, people went bananas. So I mean, I had a good time seeing that movie. I had a better time than when I saw Rogue One. Rogue One, I'm not crazy about, and it's like these 3 movies are all I care about: Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and whatever the last one's going to be. The tie-ins
better than
whatever.
Force Awakens.
Yeah, the new one, Last Jedi, I think is definitely picking up. It can only get better. So I'm curious what's going to happen.
How are we not reading any Star Wars comic books?
I'm reading.
You were reading Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma, yeah, I gotta get back into that, but
We're not reading any Star Wars. It's crazy.
The Star Wars stuff is kind of just turns you off a little bit, just because like the book I was reading, which I think you have too, is one of the first
The
books.
Luke one.
Yeah, him and Vader meet so many times, and it's between New Hope and Empire. So it kind of takes away the magic in a way of like them first meeting in the film. It's like, wow, these fuckers saw each other a lot before they found out who the fuck they really were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he had no idea that was his son. Like in the book, without really spoiling it, Death Star's fucking destroyed, and they're just trying to figure out who the fuck this kid is. Like, who is this fucking little? It's like fucking Vader. Who is this little kid destroying my Death Star?
You sound like Bane.
I can't. What a lovely singing voice you have. These are not the droids you're looking for.
Let me see your lightsaber.
I see you constructed your own lightsaber.
Impressive.
Your skills are improving, my son. Anyways. But yeah, basically he's, you know, trying to figure out who the fuck is this fucking douchebag that destroyed the Death Star. He's a kid. And then, like, Boba Fett, he hires Boba Fett to go track him down. I think I told the story on the show before.
You have, yeah. Beautiful story.
And it's like yada yada. It's like, I mean, it's an interesting story, I guess.
Because it sets up for Kenobi, right?
Yeah, because these little Kenobi side stories that I swear to God should be the fucking movie. If it's not the movie, I'll be fucking
You
pissed.
said this too.
Yeah. Yeah, basically that's like him and Boba Fett finds him and they have a little fight, and then it's like, you know, it's Luke escapes and Boba Fett's like, you know, oh gosh darn it, I fucking lost this kid. I can't fucking catch him for some reason. And he goes back to Vader. He's like, you know, all I got was a name, Skywalker. And he walks out, and Vader's like, what? I have a son? No, you know, and like that's.
Where's
But
Padme?
they should have just kept it at that. Instead, they're like, you know, no, I'm not gonna find this kid. And like, you know, he knows the whole time that's my kid. That's my fucking kid right there. I'm gonna just keep chasing after him because he fucking destroyed Death Star. And Dad's pissed, and like it was fucking stupid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're cool
The
stories.
Vader comics were awesome. Like,
Yeah, the Vader
issue,
books,
like,
but
I think it was like the first series of the very first Vader series. And I think it was like issue 6, where he's like in Padme's like crypt, and he's got his rubbing his fingers like across her grave, like her mausoleum kind of, or whatever it was. I was like, that's like beautiful. Like that should be a movie. Like that's awesome.
yeah, those books I was fine with, but it's just like the other stuff. I mean, the other stuff's cool. You know, there's a lot of cool.
Darth Maul was
The
amazing.
Darth Maul books.
From issue 1, I was just on the edge of my seat, like what's gonna happen.
I wish they
next?
would do more, but I don't know. If
I
they're gonna
know.
do
I really do wish they would do
more. Give
more.
that fucker a solo movie.
For real.
Give him or a cartoon or something. I mean, he was in the cartoons, but yeah, man.
All I gotta say is, if Snoke comes back with like metal legs, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, fucking metal torso. I fucking with that. Spoilers. Snoke's not around anymore. So we think. But yeah, we'll touch base on that a lot in the show coming. But yeah, I think that's basically all the news we have. Bit of housekeeping. Holidays are coming up. Basically, today is what, the 21st? It's 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. We're drinking our faces off, having a couple of Narragansetts.
Gansett.
The
official beard of Rhode Island.
It is. And then, so we're hoping to do the Star Wars show. I'd love to do it by the end of the week. I told the others I wanted to hit it before Christmas, but I don't know if it's gonna. But we'll probably
be next Friday. I'm guessing
we'll probably film it so into the new year. That'll be our first video of the year.
Because all right. Listen, this is going to be epic. Like,
it's gonna be.
Like I explained on Facebook when Crystal first was like, yeah, like we gotta get together and like do this podcast. I'm like, I have a feeling this is gonna be like a game of Monopoly. Like everything's gonna just be flipped over, and we're all gonna hate each other at the end of it.
People are gonna get angry. I mean, I think we're gonna be fine. I think
yeah,
I was really nervous though because, like I said, I've been fighting people online. People were. Commenting on my shit. People were personally texting me and like messaging me. It's like, see Last Jedi? What'd you think? I guess I'm like the fucking pope of like Star Wars movies. They're like, what you think of the movie? I tell them my thoughts and like, no, those shouldn't be your thoughts. So I'm like, fuck you. So
my thoughts.
So I've been kind of quiet on social media. I don't like to spoil.
Yeah.
But the movie's been out. You know, I'm seeing a lot. I'm seeing a lot of
lot
of milk
2
memes.
weeks? Yeah.
No, it's been a week.
It's been a week?
It hasn't officially been a week yet. Well, tonight technically would make a week for me, but for tomorrow would make it a week. It's been out.
Oh man, I feel like a dick for saying the whole Snoke thing now.
Oh no! If people haven't seen it,
before you put this podcast up, just spoilers. There's a.
I'll put a thing spoilers, potential spoilers for The Last Jedi, but enough people have been like kind of putting their memes up, and people kind of get some of the jokes in the movie. But again, we'll talk about that. Hopefully be the New Year's video, the video of the New Year, which we're gonna try to do a New Year's Eve. We were talking about that earlier. Try to do a live stream if possible. I have no idea how to fucking do it. A live stream through YouTube or something. I'll figure it out. I always figure it out. But yeah, so we're gonna try to do that. If we can't do it till then, we here at Friggin Nerds Media want to wish you a very, very safe and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy all that good stuff.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
It's the day after Christmas.
Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus, yes.
And
get your Festivus bowls.
Your Festivus bowls. And all that good stuff.
It's not over until you pen me.
But anyways, until then, guys, have a happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and a good time. Till then, I've been Mario Lima.
James Finch, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Stay friggin' nerdy. We'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.
Greetings, Spider friends. You've just been listening to another episode of Friggin Nerds Podcast. For more episodes, like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on SoundCloud at Friggin Nerds Media. Excelsior!